All right. Welcome back, guys. Sorry about that. The new software that I was trying on the last live stream is a mess, so we won't be using that anytime soon. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to try to get caught up on some stuff, but it looks like we are up and going. Hi, Tammy. Can you hear me okay? See me okay? Everything's good? All right. All right, guys. Give me 1 second here. Let me try to get some stuff corrected and do some cleanup from the last live stream. All right, we are up and rolling. Perfect. Do 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 do. All right, guys. 1 second here. Do 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 do. Okay. All right. So, welcome. Happy Easter, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. I know. Sorry about all that. Okay, so here's the story. Before I really dive into the live stream, I was trying a new software that would allow me to like put your comments up on the screen and do some other fun stuff and all of that. And it lost connection and it essentially sucks because it has to use my phone too, and it wasn't communicating with the computer and all of that good stuff. But we are back, so that's good. We're going to wait for a couple more people to jump in here to the live stream. While we're waiting on that, though, I just wanted to let you guys know some things. So if you have not already, check out the website, www.ropethejackpot.com. I've got a lot of really cool stuff that I'm bringing to the website, including testimonials from you guys. So if you guys go to the casino and you win a jackpot and you want to share that with everybody, you want to share it with the community, you can submit that on the website. So that is pretty cool. So definitely check that out. Again, it's ropethejackpot.com. Also, guys, talking about live streams, I'm going to eventually start doing regular, routine, scheduled live streams each and every Sunday. So I think Sunday is probably the best day to do it. So we will plan on Sundays having a live stream every Sunday, probably around like 3 or 4 p.m. my time, whatever time that would be for you guys there. And then also, just as a reminder, this weekend I will be in Las Vegas. So I will be I'm going to be there with Stacy's High Limit Slots. So check out her channel too. If you have not already gotten a chance to do so, check out Stacy's High Limit Slots. We are going to be in Las Vegas this upcoming weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So there will not be a live stream this upcoming Sunday because of the Las Vegas trip. Also, while I'm in Las Vegas, I am going to try to do some live streams there. I'm going to try to do at least one live stream while I'm in Vegas. So that way you guys can get a chance to see kind of some of the behind the scenes stuff, some of the fun stuff that goes on there. Stacy and Greg will be there. So that'll be a lot of good fun. So also, guys, be sure to when you subscribe to the channel, be sure to hit that little bell for notifications because that'll let you guys know whenever I do go live. There's nothing scheduled right now in Vegas. I don't have a set schedule when I'm going to be there or like what I'm going to do while I'm there. So be sure to hit that bell for notifications. Check out the community page on YouTube as well and Facebook. We're on Facebook too. That way you guys can get caught up with everything and stay current. And also, guys, I'm not really a live play channel. I try to stick more to the educational videos and the educational side, but I will provide you guys some live play as well. So anyway, I think that's all the housekeeping items. So let's get to some questions and answers. Happy Easter, everybody. So let's go ahead and start flooding those questions in here, and I'll get some of them answered for you. Hope everybody's having a good Easter Sunday. So let's see. We got some questions coming in now. On something like Dragon Link, I know you mentioned each denom is independent from the other, but if you change your amount in the same denom, does that change the outcome? So no, it does not really change it doesn't change the percent, the payback percentages. So again, those payback percentages are based strictly on the denomination of the machine. So that's not going to change your payback percentage. However, I will say this with games like Dancing Drums, Lightning Links, Dragon Link, all that fun stuff, it does tend to trigger the bonuses more the higher you bet. So that's one thing I noticed about those games is it does tend to trigger the bonuses a little bit more. Let's see. So Michelle is asking about the machine balancing. So here's the thing about that, guys. So we'll talk about that because that's been a thing that comes up a lot. So everything that I do on this channel, I try to do in the simplest form. So I try to take something that's really complex and break it down into the simplest, easiest understandable terms, so to speak. So when I'm talking about things like, balancing and all of that, I'm trying to break down something that's very technical and a very long answer into something that's more easy to understand. So essentially, if you want me to get a little more technical on the balancing aspect, uh, these machines are computers. They do have, you've got your random aspect, the random number generator. Some people like to call it a pseudo random number generator, whatever. It's the same thing. Some people like to call it that. And then you have the accounting record. So essentially, the machine is basically, it's accounting for money. When it does that, it does have a certain level of balance that it has to keep because it can't just sit there and continually take and take and take and take and not give you anything. It has to rely on something. So there is a system of checks and balances in there that it does have. That is inside the programming of the machine. And again, if I were to sit down and explain the whole aspects of mathematical breakdown of the actual programming, it would take me hours to do. So I like to keep it simple. So when we're talking about balancing, again, I don't go into a lot of details just because it would take a really long time to explain. So I keep things very simple, if that makes sense. How do you find out if they have any class 3 casinos in Minnesota? You can probably just look it up online. And again, because this topic has come up a lot, class 2 and class 3. So the best way to find out, guys, is just simply ask the employees there at the casino. You can always ask the employees that question because that is something that they do know. So if you are not sure if you are in a class 2 or a class 3 facility, you can just ask them. They'll be glad to tell you that. Is there a day of the week or time that's better to play slots or better to hit, or does it matter? No, it really doesn't matter. So a lot of people, and again, I plan on doing a whole video on psychology. So when these casinos are built, when these games are built, they actually do have psychologists and everything else that go into helping build these machines and build these casinos. So, you talk about a lot of people say, oh, well, there's more jackpots on the weekend or there's more jackpots, in the evening. There's really not. That's just when the casino's busier. More people on the floor, the more you're going to see things hit because there's more things going on and the more machines are getting played. So there's not a time or day that's better than one or the other. Jackpots hit at all hours. They hit in the morning, in the evening, during the day. But the thing is most people are not in a casino 24/7 to see that. Most people are usually only in a casino, during the weekend or the evening hours. So they base their whole views on the casino just off of that. So no, quick answer: there's not a better time or day that's better. Craps for life. Love your channel and info. You have changed the way my wife and I gamble. Well, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. I try to keep new stuff coming and get you guys all the info that you need and want to hear. So I'm glad that it is helpful. Yes, changing the denom doesn't make a difference. Changing the denomination will make a difference. Yes, because again, The denominations are the things that are programmed on the machine. The payback percentages do vary based on denominations. So higher denomination is going to have a higher payback percentage. So as you go through that, yes, you will. That will change your outcomes. Could you provide a link on where to get the RTPs? Tried Nevada, got lost in it. So with Nevada, they will provide you all of the documentation for all the casinos and all of that, but it is not an easy read. It's one of those documents that when you get it, it's basically just like a big Excel spreadsheet and it's got numbers all over the place. It does not specifically say on there, this is this percent and this is this percent. You kind of have to really weed through that and make determinations off of that. And you actually have to do some math. So I don't have a link to anything that is clear on that, but I will probably eventually try to make something on the website. I'm trying to devote more attention to the ropethejackpot.com website, and I am going to try and come out with something that's like a more clear list for you all to see. And I will let you know when that does come. So everything is still new. This channel is still brand new. It's surprising. It's only 2 months old, and already guys, this is the fastest growing slot channel on YouTube. And that's actually something that I've heard from a couple different people now, that this channel has been growing exponentially quicker than any other slot channel ever has. So thank you guys for being a part of it. That's really all on you guys for doing that. Sorry, just trying to weed through some comments here. On Wheel of Fortune, when you get the chance to spin the wheel, does the random number generator determine the position of the wheel? That is something that I will have to look into. So Wheel of Fortune is really kind of an interesting game in a sense of they really kind of have that on lockdown. In the casinos, they don't even let us techs work on it. Those are field workers that come out from the manufacturer to work on it. Because they have Wheel of Fortune is pretty much it's not even a game that the casinos own. So that I would have to do some research on and get back to you guys before I give you an answer. I'm missing a lot of comments, guys, so I'm sorry. DU Slot says, I saw a slot tech open up a machine. He hooked up a device and was writing stuff down on paper. What was he doing? I can't tell you exactly what he was doing. But I mean, definitely, I mean, we open up machines all the time for random reasons, usually to test something or replace something. Sometimes there is it might not necessarily be a device. Actually, I can show you really quick because I happen to have one with me. Alrighty. Dig it out here. So you might have hooked up something that looks like this. Basically, all it does is you take this little clippy, clip it inside the machine, and this actually will tether to you. And what it does is it's basically just eliminates static discharge. It's to protect the board. So anytime that we go to handle the board or touch the board or anything like that, or take the board out, we'll plug in one of these guys here, and that will prevent static discharge from damaging the board. So he could have been hooking that up. You never know. Do you ever get down to Blackhawk? What do you think of the slots there? I have not been to Blackhawk in years. When I say years, I'm talking like 2007, 2008. So I have not been down there, so I don't know exactly what all they have right there. Strange question, but talking about the psychology of slots, does letting the music play on a win have any type of effect on future hits or bonuses? No, it doesn't. Me personally, when I play slots, I get very annoyed by the constant sound. So I'm one of those people of, even if I hit a giant jackpot, I just click the button right away to hurry up and stop the roll up tune of it. What are your top 5 slots with a max bet of $3 or less? I would stick with, so this is me personally, guys. Me personally, I stick to the old school slots. That's just me. I don't really like the new style slots. I know a lot of people ask, they're like, oh, well, why don't you ever play Lightning Link? My honest opinion, guys, is Lightning Link and Dragon Link is a terrible game. I wouldn't play it personally. That's why I don't play them. Um, I do like Dancing Drums. Dancing Drums is a good one. As for bets of $3 or less, old school slots, I would stick with um, like triple double diamond, triple stars, triple jackpot, stuff like that. That's what typically I would stick with. Betting dollar denom max of three line. Those 3-line slots, they do still exist. Sean asks, if you're on a machine, say top dollar, and the bonus isn't hitting, would you stay on that machine, or would you move to another machine? Honestly, I would probably move to another machine. So games like Top Dollar and Pinball, what I've noticed, and this is not a professional opinion, this is just me personally, what I have noticed is the bonuses come in waves. So if it's not hitting, not hitting, not hitting, chances are it's going to continue to not hit. So I wouldn't stay on it. Usually games like Top Dollar and Pinball, if it doesn't give me the bonus within a first couple spins, I just move to another one. Let's see. Red Wolf says, I tried $1 triple double diamond times 2 last Friday for the first time and hit $2,100 with less than $200. Thanks. That is awesome. I love hearing that, guys. Remember, you can submit your wins on the website, ropethejackpot.com. If you go on there to the testimonials page, you can submit those and I will gladly post them for you. So I'm trying to get more involved with you guys and have a little more fun. I've missed a lot of questions, guys. I apologize. They kind of all flood in to me at once, so I have to kind of sift through them a little bit. How long do they keep camera security recordings? It depends on the casino. It really depends on the casino. What are your opinion on the VGT games? Honestly, I really haven't played those much. I worked on them. We used to have a couple. I did work on them. They're kind of a pain to work on. But as for playing, what I've noticed, and again, I haven't played them. I've just watched other people play them. What I've noticed is either they hit really good or they don't hit at all. So again, slot machines are all for entertainment. So make sure you're having fun. Definitely want to have fun when you're doing it. Play it for the entertainment. Do bigger bets have a better chance of getting the major progressives on the same odds as a minimum bet? So this is a good question. Thank you for asking this, Michael. This is a good question. So you do not need to. So on games like Dancing Drums, you do not need to bet max to get the grand or the major or anything like that. However, the higher you bet, there's a better chance of it coming out. What I've seen, I mean, I have seen a lot of people hit the grand on just the minimum bet. So that's not always to say that you can't hit the major or the grand or anything like that on a lower bet, but it does have a little bit better chance of hitting if you are playing more, just because the more you bet, the more times it triggers the bonus. So if you're betting minimum bet, you could go like an hour and maybe open the bowl once. Or if you're playing, max bet on those machines, you could open the bowl, 5, 6, 7 different times. So you do have a better chance of getting it that way. Am I better off with a higher denomination and a lower bet, or max bet on a lower denomination? I always try to do the higher denomination. Odds wise, you will have a better chance with the higher denomination and the lower bet. But again, play what's good for you. So do that. Stevens asks, you say to always walk the casino floor. Do you always walk the floor even if you've been there multiple times? Me personally, no. If I know where I'm going, if it's a casino that I know well, so I'll just use Bellagio for example. I've been in Bellagio countless times. I know they haven't changed much, and I already know what machines I like to play, and I already know my regular machines that I go to. So when I walk in the door, I'm just going to go straight there. I really don't try to hunt out new slot machines. Vaughn asks, did I find out if the pinball bonus is predetermined? I have not found that out yet. I still have to do some research into that. Doug asks, do I know any casinos that offer skill-based games? I don't personally know of any, but if there is anybody in here from Washington State or Montana or anything like that, let me know, because I think they have skill games there. NJ's in the house, everybody. NJ Slot Guy. Definitely check out his channel. NJ has some excellent videos on his channel. He's always a fun time to watch. He's a great guy. So check out NJ Slot Guy. He's there in the comment window. You can just click on him. Go make sure you like and subscribe to his channel too. Gulf Coast Slots is here. Awesome. We got some good slot channels in the house now. Let's see here. RGLB, slot players seem to time out pressing the button like continually seconds after the wheel stops. Is that a good thing to do? It's really personal preference. I wouldn't say it's better or worse. It's really just kind of personal preference, what you guys want to do. The random number generator is stopped when you push the button. So actually, here's a good example. NJ, if you're still here in the chats, I know you are. Let's talk about NJ's last video that he did. So guys, you got to go check out this video. I think NJ, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was a stream. You guys were playing Top Dollar, and somebody told you to wait 25 seconds, and you guys actually paused for a minute and you waited, and then you pushed the button and it actually hit the bonus after not hitting the bonus for a long time. So sometimes, guys, changing up the timing does actually help, because that random number generator is always spinning. It's always going. And then when you push the button, it stops. So if you're continually on like the same, pushing it, in the same intervals, just wait a little bit and push it at a different time. It's all about timing with slot machines. So NJ, if you can, I don't know if you can put a link to that video, a link to that in the chats, but if you can, that would be great, because I definitely want people to see that. So if you want to see some changing up your timing and how that works, definitely check out NJ Slot Guy's channel. I can't remember what video that was on, NJ, so you'll have to correct me. Or maybe it was on, I don't know. Okay, let's see here. What kind of bankroll would you typically take with you to play? My wife wants to know. Personally, my bankroll, what I take, I usually will take, and this is just me personally, this is not any kind of tech advice or anything like that. Me personally, I will take usually about $2,000 typically, and then I split it up. I usually will try in a higher limit slot. I usually try to start with 500 in the machine, and then hopefully I can win off of that and then move up and all of that fun stuff. I do have some more ideas for videos that I'm going to be coming out with for you guys. One of those is going to be on a good budgeting method for you. So depending on what your starting budget is, getting that all set up. If a slot machine goes into a real tilt, is it possible it was about to pay out? So the real tilt's essentially all it is, well, actually here, I will put one of my machines into a real tilt for you. We're going to use this one. So how you trigger a real tilt. So it's in a real tilt right now. Basically what I did is I interrupted it. Basically what that means is one of the reels, typically it'll be triggered by one of the reels doesn't hit its right position. So we're going to turn the key, close the door, and then it'll go right back and it lands right in the spot that it was going to land in. So with the real tilts, guys, it's nothing to worry about. The machine will go back to the same position that it was going to stop in originally. It doesn't go into any kind of a new position. Those reels are really just for visual purposes. So it does remember where it is supposed to stop. So, is there a difference in payback from the $1 to the $25 credit video poker game? Yes, there is. So again, the higher the denomination, the better the payouts are going to be on that. Let's see. I don't know if we lost NJ or not. Is he still in the chat? Maybe, maybe not. Anyway, okay. Let's see. Class 2 casinos, can they shut off sections of machines and make others pay more? They don't do that. I did work in a class 2 facility, and I covered this in my last video that I posted about casino insider tips and tricks and stuff like that. It was actually one of the last things that I covered. Guys, casinos do not need to rig anything. Those machines are built to always give them a profit no matter what. So the machines are always going to profit. They have no reason whatsoever to shut machines off or anything like that. They're going to leave the machines on as much as possible and keep them up as long as possible so people keep putting more money into them. So there's no reason for them to do that. Can they do it? I mean, I guess your question is, can they do it? Of course they can. They can shut a section of machines off if they wanted to, but I've never seen them do it. There's no reason for them to. When you load slot free play onto the machine, does it affect the payback win-loss performance versus cash/voucher? So it does not affect the payback percentage or anything like that. The only thing with free play, so free play does not affect the random number generator. It does not affect anything like that. The only thing that free play affects is it does not get accounted into the accounting record of the machine, which is part of that cycle that the machine uses. So that's the only thing, because free play is essentially not your money. The casino already has it, so there's no reason for them to account for it coming back into them. So that's the only thing free play does not count towards, is the actual accounting record of the slot machine. Sean says, do a slot tournament at Bellagio this upcoming weekend. I've never done one. How did they work? I have never done a slot tournament in Vegas ever. I've done a slot tournament on cruise ships, and I did a slot tournament when I was in Wendover. Each casino handles those differently. Some give you like little prizes, some give you money back, all of that. Honestly, that is a good question for Stacy. Stacy's High Limit Slots. So she actually does a lot of slot tournaments. So if you head on over to Stacy's channel, shoot her over a message or comment on one of her videos. She knows a lot more about them than I do. I think her and Greg are going to do a slot tournament this weekend. I might join in if there's a spot. I might join in. I don't know. Is it better to load $100 or $1,000 into a machine? It seems like it watches you for the last credit to hit. So it does not matter. So with the machines, when you put money into the machine actually does not even register it into its accounting record until you actually press the button. So it doesn't matter if you put $1 in, $100 in, $1,000 in. It's all a matter of just when you push the button, because that money does not get recorded into accounting until it's technically spent. And just by you putting it in the machine, it's not technically spent. It's only spent when you push the button. Let's see. My slot host said that new machines placed on the floor can start with a better payout to lure gamblers, but the payout dropped later. True. So again, guys, every single state is different. Every state has different laws. So there is no federal standard for casinos to follow. So again, always check with your own state and your own tribe. I had this conversation with somebody a few days ago. I'm not sure if he's in the chat or not, but we were talking about his wife, I believe, works for a casino, and they were talking about how terrible tribal gaming is in their state, and how awful it is. But if you go to a place like Arizona, tribal gaming in Arizona is actually phenomenally good. Phenomenally good. If you guys ever want to go to some casinos and really, really like win money and have great luck at machines and have much better odds, go to Arizona. Arizona has probably the better casinos than Las Vegas does. Um, so, um, so anyway, to answer your question, every state is different on that. Most of the time. So here's the thing. Majority of the time, how the law is written is there's a minimum, and the casinos can go anywhere they want to above that. So technically, could the casinos set machines, to be higher? Yes, they can. The law just says that they can't drop it below that minimum. So, is it true? Honestly, I've never seen it. Really, there's no reason for them to. There's no reason for them to do that. It's more effort than it's worth. But can they? It depends on your state. They might be able to. Can the casinos change the random number generator anytime they want to? No, they cannot. They are very, very, very strict on this, guys. And it's not an easy thing. Usually there has to be several people involved with that. One single person cannot make the choice to change it. It's really like kind of an act of Congress because it has to go through the commissions or the tribes and all these people, and it takes a long time to do. So no, they can't just change it on a whim. Let's see. Do you collect tier points when in a bonus? No, you do not. So if you have free spins, those do not count towards your tier points. And then also, anytime you use free play, that does not count towards your tier points either. So yeah, you only use tier points, or you only accrue those tier points when you're betting your own money or your own winnings. What do I know about the Atlantic City casinos? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. I've never been there, but I do plan on going out to the East Coast and saying hi to all of the good slot channels out there. Top Dollar Mike, NJ Slot Guy, all the DGen Nation slot channels out there. Eventually, I'll make a trip, hopefully within the next couple of months. Again, keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on the website, ropethejackpot.com. I do have an events page on there. So if you guys ever want to know where I'm at, you can go to ropethejackpot.com and you can actually look up and see exactly where I'm going to be and so on and so forth. So let's see, how long have we been on here? Only about 30 minutes. I think we lost a lot of people in the first live stream failure. That program was awful. I'm going to have to find a new program. That was my first time using that program. It was a mess. You guys should have heard me. I was cussing up a storm trying to get that live stream working. Jerry says, don't forget us. They're in Boston. Absolutely not, Jerry. I'll have to come up and see you sometime. Jerry DeVillers here in the house, guys. If you haven't, he's got a great podcast, which I was featured on. It's called Another Sunday Podcast. You can check that out. There's actually a link to it on my website. Again, if you go to ropethejackpot.com, on the very first page, you can scroll down and click on the episode that I was in on Jerry's podcast. And then you can also click on there and check out some of their other podcasts. They come out with a new one every single Sunday. So definitely give Jerry some love. Go over and check out his podcasts. Benjamin says, have you ever played in Oklahoma casinos? If so, what do you think about them? I actually have not, and I am planning on going to WinStar here within the next couple of months. So if you are in Oklahoma, or if you do go to WinStar a lot, definitely want to follow the website, www.ropethejackpot.com, because I will be posting on there when I plan to come out to WinStar. And hopefully Stacy and Greg will join me out there. Might have another slot channel or two, or anybody else that wants to join me out there. Definitely. Bonnie says, thank you all for your teaching. I've become a better slot player. You're very welcome, Bonnie. I appreciate having you. I really do. Have I ever been to a Canadian casino? Yes, I have. I have been to a casino in Edmonton, Alberta, many years ago. They are certainly interesting, but yes, I have been to a Canadian casino. Jerry says, thank you for the shout out. The episode that I did on his podcast went to #1 in less than a week, and that's never been done before. That's awesome, guys. People are really liking this channel. They really are. A lot of people are getting involved. I try to stay as involved with you guys as possible, as informative as possible, and bring you guys a little entertainment as well. Which reminds me, guys, if you have not already, share some of my videos on your Facebook groups, because that tends to be, just from looking at the backside of the channel, that tends to be where most of the new viewers are coming from, seems to be from Facebook. So if you are on any slot groups on Facebook, be sure to share some of my videos and help spread the word to get this channel growing. We are the fastest growing slot channel now, and that is all because of you guys. It's amazing. In less than a month and a half, we hit 20,000 subscribers and over 1.2 million views in just a month and a half. That is crazy for YouTube. Come on over to Idaho. We are close too. I was actually just over in Idaho a couple of weeks ago. I was over in Pocatello, or close to Pocatello, at one of the casinos there, Shoshone-Bannock, I think it was. I was over there, and they were not nice when it comes to recording. I asked them, and they didn't have an answer for me, and then I started to record there, and they threw a huge fit. So I probably will not be going back to Idaho. They are not very filming friendly, but I was over there. I think that casino is only like 3 hours from me. Any recommendations on Keno machines to play? I'm not personally a Keno player. I've played Keno a couple of times, but I'm not personally a Keno player. So I can't give any recommendations on that. I'm sorry. I do plan on doing a video on Keno, though. Don't worry. I think Keno is a fun game. It can be. It looks fun, especially live Keno. That looks like a lot of fun. Are casinos required to have a minimum of slot machines with a payout of 95% or more? That all depends on the state that you're in. Every state is different. So it depends on your state. Most states, no, I wouldn't think would have that requirement, but your state might. That's the biggest thing about the casino business, guys. And I try to stress that to everybody. Every single state is so different, and there are so many variables in the casino industry. So really, and I even encourage you, and I say this on my website too, I encourage you, even the stuff that I say here on my videos, I want you guys to double check in your area, because it might be different. So always remember that, guys. It might be different. I try to give you guys good knowledge and a baseline to start at, and what typically most casinos follow, but it's not true for all casinos. Thank you very much. I appreciate all the compliments, guys. I really do. Let's see, just going through some comments here. Do high limit rooms pay out more often compared to the general floor? Yes, they do. High limit rooms will have more jackpots just by nature. So you remember every single machine, and this is probably the only thing that is consistent, but nationwide, we have a taxable jackpot cap of $1,200 or greater. So if you win $1,200 in a single spin, you have to pay Uncle Sam. That's nationwide. Doesn't matter what casino or what state you're at. Think about it. If you're in the high limit room and you're playing hundreds and hundreds of dollars at a time or per spin, if you hit a cherry, that's $1,200. So, you hit a double cherry, that's 1,200. So that's a jackpot. So yeah, you will see those machines in the high limit room going off a lot more just by the nature of how much they're paying there. What's your opinion of old school quick hit machines? They're good. I've never been a fan of the quick hits or anything like that. Even when we had, so I'll tell you this, guys. When we had when the casino that I worked at, obviously we had a bunch of progressives. We had Dragon Link, Lightning Link, 88 Fortunes. We had quick hits. We had all of those. I maybe paid out the quick hits once or twice the whole time I worked there. And that's compared to everything else hitting so much on the floor. So I've never been a fan of the quick hits machines, to be honest. Some people do great at them. Some people do great at them. But in my casino that I worked at, we didn't really have a whole lot going on with those. Thoughts on casino hosts? Should you always ask for one? If you can get one, they're really good to have. It's really good to have a casino host. I think typically in most casino settings, you will get a casino host. The higher that you bet, and the higher your tier status goes, they usually give you one. Would you recommend triple stars slot machines on a cruise ship? I will always recommend triple stars. Triple stars to me is probably the best game. That's my favorite game personally, even though I've never hit the triple, triple, triple. The only time I've ever hit top line on anything has been triple diamond. On triple diamond, I have hit the triple, triple, triple. And I have hit that 3 times. 3 times in my life, I've hit the top line on triple diamond. Are the triple red hot sevens 5-reel machines still around? Yes, they are. There's one that I actually played at the Peppermill in Reno. It was kind of hidden in the back, but yes, they do exist. Happy Easter from Australia. I love your channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys being here. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. This channel would not be here, would not exist if it was not for you guys. So I am glad that you guys are enjoying it and loving it, and keep it up. Please do. Can big jackpots be pre-programmed? Yes, in certain machines they can. So those are called must hit by progressives, and we will talk about those later in a future video. But they don't. They usually don't. They're not as common as people think. Most jackpots are not, like 99% of jackpots are not pre-programmed, but there are a few out there that are. Is there a certain huge payout slot win where they force your payout into a 30-year annuity? No, but there are some games that they will pay out an annuity. Wheel of Fortune is one of them. So if you do win the Mega Millions or not Mega Millions, that's lottery, Mega Bucks or Wheel of Fortune or something like that, those will be an annuity payment. But typically speaking, most casinos don't have those. They can't force you to do anything unless it's already written that it will be an annuity like Wheel of Fortune. Do I have an opinion on Oregon casinos? I've never been to one. I'm going to open up a new section of the website. I actually just got this idea. I'm going to open up a new section of the website for people to request that I come out to casinos. So maybe I'll put that on the website because there's a lot of casinos that I haven't been to. So maybe I'll put a little form out on the website. You guys can submit your ideas to me. What is your favorite casino in Vegas? What do you have the most luck at? Bellagio, plain and simple. Bellagio. I used to have luck at the Venetian, not so much anymore. I will tell you this: Bellagio is the only casino in Vegas that I've ever been to that I can actually say that I have never walked out without a hand pay. Ever. I've never had a losing day at Bellagio. Almost every single time I've been to Bellagio, I've left with a W2G in some way, shape, or form. And then I go over to another casino and I spend it and it goes away. But no, Bellagio is what I would recommend. Have I tried Laughlin, Nevada? I have not. I have not been to Laughlin. So let's see. I'm going to do about 10, 15 more minutes on here. I like to try to keep the live streams right at an hour or less than an hour. So I'm going to do about 10, 15 more minutes on here. So a couple more questions. And then we will move on for the day. And again, I apologize about the last live stream and all of that mess and all of that. Can you collect your girlfriend's jackpot if she forgets her ID? No, you cannot. You cannot do that. So if you don't have your driver's license on you, they will hold your jackpot until you provide it. And you will have like usually 90 days to collect it. Clear and key. Chris wants to know clear and key chips for IGT boards, old style. Is there site or information for this? I used to know a site for that. Are you looking to buy the chips? If you're looking to buy the chips, you can just go to eBay. You can buy the programming chips on eBay. If you know what board types you have and stuff like that, you can buy those chips. But as for the process to do it or anything like that, I would say Google would probably be your friend there. I don't know of a particular website on that. Where do casinos move progressive jackpots when they take down a machine? Is there specific games that they move them to? That all depends on the casinos and their policy. There's not really a specific game or place that they move those. It all depends. Do you like the Wynn and the Encore? I think they're very cool casinos. I think they're very pretty. I have not played there in years. So I don't know. I'm sure that it's changed a lot since then. What tax forms do the casino use to give you a hand pay? They use a W-2G. W-2G is what they will use for you. Historical horse racing, does changing the race help or hurt your odds or chances of winning? I would say no, it doesn't really have any much of effect. Can you buy retired machines like the ones in your room behind you? Yes, you can. Actually, guys, this is something new on my website that I will tell you. If you are looking to buy slot machines like these here, go to my website, www.ropethejackpot.com. I have a buyer's guide on my website, and you can actually click and look up your state to see if it is legal for you to own one. And that portion of the page is sponsored by Slot Machines Unlimited. I do have a cool partnership with those guys. They're very, very cool. They're very professional. They've been in the business for over 20 years. So if you are looking to buy a slot machine, definitely check out Slot Machines Unlimited, and all of that information is on my website. So definitely check that out. When you get a hand pay in Vegas, how much taxes is typically owed? Vegas usually will not withhold taxes unless you specifically ask them to. I usually don't withhold taxes on mine unless it's something huge. If it's huge, I will usually withhold taxes. Can casinos reset progressive jackpots back to the minimum? No, they cannot. The machine has to do that on its own once the progressive is won. Do you ever look for a machine that's cashed out low, but previous person was betting high? No, I don't personally do that. That's not something that I personally do. So, I mean, you can, but I don't think it would make a difference. Let's see, we have 200 people in our live stream now. Welcome to those of you that are just joining. Unfortunately, we are about to wrap up here in the next 10 minutes. We're not going anywhere right now. So we're not going anywhere right now, but here in about 10 minutes, we're going to wrap up the live stream. So again, if you have last minute questions or something itching on your brain, go ahead and send it over in the chats, and we will post that there. For those of you that are just joining us, again, check out the website, ropethejackpot.com. There's a lot of new stuff on there that I'm coming out with. I'm really trying to kick it into high gear, getting this page newly redone and all of that fun stuff. Let's see. Steve says, I hear a lot about percentage of payouts for the life of the machine. If a machine can be programmed to be paid out when it wants? Can it be programmed to hit towards the end of the machine's life? No. The machine doesn't really have a concept of how long its life is. So no, that's not something that's in the programming for it to do. Hello from Chicago. Hello. Welcome to the live chat. How is free play computed by the machine as opposed to using actual money? So when you use actual money, it goes into the accounting record of the machine. The accounting record is also, it works in tandem with the random number generator and all the other aspects of the machine, because at the end, it's an accounting machine, it's a calculator, so it has to rely on its accounting record. Free play does not go into the accounting record because it is not actual money, and the casino already has that. So that is the difference in how the machine determines the money there, or how it's computed. What do you think of Jacks Are Better? I think it's a cool game. It's pretty much even or nothing is what I've noticed. Let's see. The property in Biloxi is an MGM property. Would they have the same percentages as Las Vegas? No, they would not. So every state is different. Every single state is different. So again, what works in Louisiana might not work in Nevada, and so on and so forth. You'd have to look up your own state. Let's see. Steven says, if I buy a hat off of your site, will you sign it for me? I need a lucky hat. If I ever see you in person, yes, I will sign your hat or your shirt or anything like that. All of my merchandise on my channel, it does not personally come from me. It comes from a third-party company. So I don't, they handle all of that. But if I ever see you there, I will definitely sign your hat for you. Absolutely. Let's see. Oscar says, seeing from Houston, great channel. Thank you and welcome, Oscar. John says, on a bank of machines with the same progressives, do the machines know what the others are doing? They don't necessarily know what the others are doing, but they know where the others progressives are at because they do all talk together. So they do all talk together. All right. So we have about, I'm going to stop this stream at the hour mark. So we have about 7.5 minutes remaining in our live stream. It's about 7.5 minutes in that. David asks, where do used slot machines usually go when they leave the casino? Typically, they go to a warehouse. So I will tell you the process of them because this is where I used to get my machines. So what happens when machines are done with a casino if they were not leased? So if they're a leased machine, they go back to the manufacturer to be destroyed. That would be like Wheel of Fortune. If it's not a leased machine, it will go and it will sit in the casino's warehouse. All the casinos usually have a warehouse that's typically off strip, off property. All of those machines go and they sit in a warehouse with old tables, old chairs, old signs, all of that. And then it accumulates. And then what they do is they go to an auction company and they get on somebody like myself that has a license can actually go to the auction company, and we do have to provide our business license and our certifications and all of that in order to participate in an auction. And then basically what we can do is we can bid on the lot of products. So when I had my store, I would bid on a truckload of slot machines, or I would bid by the pallet. So there's usually 4 machines per pallet. So I would say, okay, I will give you, I bid X amount of dollars for, 20 pallets. And then what happens is those sit in the warehouse. And then when they sell, somebody like myself comes in and picks them up. So that's what happens to them. And then they come to my house, and then usually I gut them. I take out all of the player tracking stuff, clear out all the accounting records and so on and so forth, clean them up and resell them. So that's what happens. Is it better to gamble in the morning or evening? It does not matter. Whatever is convenient for you, it does not matter. The payouts are not affected by the time of day at all. So yes, the payouts are not affected by time of day whatsoever. You might notice more jackpots when it's busier, but that's just because there's more people there on the floors. So anyway, guys, let's see here. Final questions. Any final questions? You guys can go ahead and bring those in. If you did miss the beginning part of this stream, it will be posted for you guys to see afterwards. And again, visit the website, ropethejackpot.com. If you're on Facebook or part of any Facebook group, be sure you share my videos because that helps me out a lot. My growth is all dependent on you guys. So I appreciate you guys, each and every one of you. So be sure to share and like and subscribe and hit the bell. I will be in Vegas again this weekend. For those of you that missed it, I will be in Las Vegas with Stacy's High Limit Slots Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you are in the Las Vegas area and you would like to meet myself or Stacy's High Limit Slots, we will be there. You can check out my website and also watch the community page on YouTube. And I will probably do a surprise live stream. So make sure that if you are subscribed, hit that little gray bell to get notified because I will probably not plan that out. I'm usually not a planner. I'm more of a spur of the moment type. So hit that bell so that way you get a little ding on your phone or your email saying that I went live. And I promise not to use the software that I was trying to use earlier to make sure that it actually works. Is there a way to tell if a machine is leased or owned by the casino? No, not really. And most employees wouldn't know that. That would be something that would be more upper corporate. Ralph says, really enjoyed this. Thanks for your time. What is your first name? My name is Brantley. Brantley is my first name. And you can learn more about me on the website too, ropethejackpot.com. Actually, here's what I will do. I will put the website right here in the comments section. So there you go. Now you have the website. You can check that out. John says, why do I never see more than one person winning on a bank of machines? Honestly, that I don't know. I mean, wins are not super common. I mean, you don't, if you walked into the casino and, half of the players were winning and everybody around you was winning, then that wouldn't be very profitable to them. So most of the times people lose in casinos. It's usually a small number of people that win. But you can always better your chances by just, playing smart and all that fun stuff. Do you bet high on some spins and low on others on a machine? Yes, I do. It all depends. It really all depends on what I'm feeling for that. Anyway, guys, so that is going to be it for today's live stream. So again, thank you all so much for tuning in. Be sure to follow the channel this weekend. It's going to be an exciting weekend. I'm going to be in Vegas with Stacy's High Limit Slots. So be sure to keep following the channel. Anyway, guys, check out that website. If you have a win that you would like to submit to me, go ahead and submit to me on the website there. There's a little section that you can click submit and all of that fun stuff. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all for bearing with me earlier when the live stream cut out. I appreciate it. Let's talk again next Sunday. Maybe. Probably not next Sunday. Never mind. Scratch that because I'll be in Vegas the Sunday after. I will do a live stream from Vegas, but the Sunday after we will do another Q&A session. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining in. I appreciate it. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow. And also not just my channel, but also like and subscribe and follow the other channels I mentioned. Some really good channels to watch, guys. Obviously, Stacy's High Limit Slots, NJ Slot Guy, Top Dollar Mike, Old School Slots. Check out all those channels. They are all wonderful. Anyway, guys, happy Easter. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll talk again next Sunday.